It's that time of the week. It's On Cooldown, your weekly WoW news feed right here at Marcelian Online. A proper intro. Starting this week, well, for about 6 days now, we have had leaked patch 8.1 goodies. Blizzard replies to player feedback with insight on Azerite balance. We will soon have a cosplay book for those amazing costumes we see at Blizzcon, and the dark web if you need some materials. And lastly, classic vanilla original OG WoW will be accessible at Blizzcon and with the virtual ticket. Hello baby dolls, it's Friday and we have had yet another week to build up the drama and disdain for Blizzard and smash it in their faces on multiple media platforms. I'm just kidding. I just noticed this seems to be a hot topic on YouTube right now and I want that YouTube money, don't judge me. But on an upbeat note, we finally have some more news on the classic WoW server. As Blizzard so eloquently put it, we will be able to access a demo version and play during BlizzCon. Or if you are like us and live in a backwater country with no feasible way to get to BlizzCon, you can enjoy the virtual ticket and get it on the hype from your own couch. Try not to cry because your dream of being there in the flesh won't be realized again. Cry a lot because your dream of being there in the flesh hasn't been realized again. Then forget all that bullshit because you can play the demo from November the 2nd until the 8th. And if you haven't played vanilla back in the day, then you must be so anxious to find Mankirk's wife and slay 100 Quillboars for a quest by slowly, methodically killing one at a time because your ass was weak as shit. Speaking of vanilla, we have Cosplay. What? Blizzard will release a cosplay book in collaboration with the fans and bring to the world the wonderful, pretty, hot world of nerds dressing up like their favorite characters, the ultimate roleplay. Last year's BlizzCon has shown us how cool and amazing some of these costumes are, and I for one can definitely admire true art and hard work. Grab it on Amazon. In other news, our drama-filled soap opera continues. In this episode, Blizzard's rep, aka Lore, has taken upon himself to address further concerns that players have put out considering the Azerite armor. Because I value your precious time, I will not go into details and read every word said, and in turn will once again summarize the situation. Once upon a time, in a land besieged by conflict, the two warring factions have put their differences aside again and again and again to better serve Azeroth by fighting off the threats to its and everyone's existence. We gathered the world's most powerful weapons, the Ashbringer, and battled the Burning Legion, and in its defeat our weapons were consumed, downgrading our sorry asses to pleb characters once again. In order to sell more copies, Blizzard has confidently replaced our source of class identity, the Doomhammer, with Azerite traits. Surely, by being empowered by our very own world soul, we'll make it easier and more just to smash each other's faces repeatedly in warfronts until we get enough gear. Azerite gear is a good and interesting system on paper, and I for one was actually, and still am, a bit less though, excited about getting choices and choices every time I get some fat loot. Of course, this wasn't the case due to the traits being as imbalanced as they are, making it mandatory for pretty much anyone who wanted to get the most bang for their buck out of their own classes to farm the one trait that outperformed the rest. But getting back to our original topic, Blizzard has pretty much released hotfixes on a daily basis, balancing out the traits, and by they I mean Lore, have pretty much claimed a big balancing patch for traits will not be made in the future, as most of the issues have been addressed. Now I want you guys to understand that I'm not defending Blizzard for making me feel like one of my Order Hall followers from last expansion in terms of class depth and power compared to the world. I believe Blizzard has inadvertently raised their own standards with artifact weapons, standards that are hard to reach today, harder than they originally thought. Clearly they messed up, clearly they are changing and balancing, and now I seem to get more hotfixes in my game than porn spam in my junk folder. We all played Warlords of Draenor, and from the back of its burning corpse, Legion has arisen. So we get something good after a big flop. I cannot help but trust that Blizzard will take all of the feedback we have been providing them with and turn the game into what was supposed to be from its release. And I want to stress out how important it is that the community is so involved in the whole feedback process. Although I am not a game designer to even begin to understand what it takes to release a whole system with an expansion and find out it has problems down to its core, I can see they are tweaking and fixing, although not everything has been fixed and certain things might be unfixable. I mean, come on guys, let's try to keep it as constructive as possible so we can speed up the process. Now that shitstorm is covered, let's go over more cheerful things, like the new slugfest between Forsaken and Night Elves in 8.1, and the sweet new gear we get to wear. More and more info about the Tides of Vengeance patch has been data mined, and I will avoid any story spoilers. Vol'jin is an old god. And talk about what really matters in WoW. Appearances. Just like when we were 10 and our parents told us to be ourselves, but we knew better. We knew that ourselves was a shit choice, and looking cool and having cool stuff mattered in making friends. With this in mind, we can take a quick look at the Troll Raid gear. But of course we have some info on the cool Tyros ally race heritage armor, and for the first time in 14 years, the human race is no longer boring, generic, bland, and universal. Oh yeah, look at that long coats. Of course, more stuff has been data mined, ranging from more possible heritage armor for Blood Elves to cool new mounts for the Horde and horses for the Alliance. Now, come on Alliance, don't make those long faces. Thanks for sticking around, and if you like our content, consider subscribing for more daily stuff. If you think I have a career in comedy, hit us in the comment section below. And be honest with me. On a scale of 1 to, Sylvanas is not that bad, how cool is the new Forsaken armor?